Live from the Consulate Studios in Nassau, Bahamas, this is Bahamas at Sunrise. And now your hosts, Romuald Ferreira and Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, Bahamas. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Romy Ferreira, and it's a marvelous Monday, as my co-host likes to say. And first of all, if you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, we're very pleased that you let us in and made us a part of your family, as you have been doing for the past 14 years. It's a celebration as we go into the festive season. So we hope you had a great weekend. I need to apologize for my co-host. She's not feeling well today, so you're stuck with me, but it's going to be a fine show. I'm going to make it worth your while. Coming up this morning, as we begin the week, we will have a sobering conversation on youth violence. We have a panel, an under-20 panel, and we'll hear from them and get their perspective. Also, the Bahamas Union of Teachers gives us some timely updates. You know, it's coming towards the end of the year. It's time to get those assessments going. And as we hinted out last week, well, I think it was 2 weeks ago, when we gave the big shout out to the Junkanoo Shack, we have a series called In the Shack. And our first trip is to the Roots Junkanoo Group. You want to stay tuned for that. That way you get to know all the rivalries, what to look out for on Boxing Day. And we've been assured that this will be the smoothest parade in history. Otherwise, there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Speaking of weeping and gnashing of teeth, it's time for your first look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Romain. Good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather sunrise, surface charge shows that we have high pressure northeast of the islands, but go across the central and southeast Bahamas, you see that mid to upper level trough is moving towards the west, and though most of the clouds are moving towards the west and out of that area this time, so lovely in store weather-wise across the island except for a couple of showers. In your satellite loop, you can actually see the cloudiness across the southeast Bahamas just moving to the east of Ragged Island, to the west of Ragged Island at this time. In your weather day, we're looking at partly sunny skies and warm with the chance of a few showers. Your high reaching 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a few clouds around on the mild side. Your low temperature go down to 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 84 and 77. In Jamaica, 84 and 74. In Trinidad, 86 and 74. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 63 and 41. In Raleigh, 68 and 43. In Miami, 81 and 71. Dallas, Texas, 70 and 50. And Toronto, Canada, 53 and 39. And if I the weather look, pretty good weekend still weather-wise, partly sunny to the end of the week. We're expecting a cold front to move in here sometime late Saturday into Sunday morning, and that will cause some increasing clouds and showers, particularly across the northwest Bahamas. Temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime in the lower 70s. That's what's wrapping your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Romy.
Thanks, Godfrey. The Bahamas Union of Teachers is no stranger to headlines. Twice over the past 12 months, they suspended their president and their treasurer. In addition to that, we've seen a war of words between the union and politicians. But despite all the distractions, the noise in the market, so to speak, the important work of the BUT presses on. And this is very, very important stuff. So we're very pleased to welcome this morning Acting President Zane Lightburn to discuss a few areas of importance. Lightburn, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's begin at the first beginning, as they like to say in Long Island. Let's talk a little bit about the collective bargaining agreement, though. What can you tell us?
Well, in April 29th of this year, we signed a collective bargaining agreement that takes us through to the 2018.
Yeah.
And the teachers within that agreement have allotted for them some increases that they have got already in terms of lump sum, and then some additions to their salary come September.
Okay, so is the union pleased with the collective bargaining agreement?
It's a very fair deal. The collective bargaining agreement in the past, I think there's a major improvement from that one. And we managed to tweak the document in terms of the benefits for teachers, in terms of teachers getting additional assistance with further education.
Okay.
And so we're excited about what's going to happen up to the end of the agreement.
So what are the increases like? What are the increases?
Well, particularly we have 2 incremental increases added to the salary of teachers coming September. And so far, teachers have received 2 lump sums of incremental amount. And then
Amounting to how much money?
well, $1,400 for the increase in salary come September. An additional $1,400 will be added. Additionally, we have an incremental increase of $700 for persons who still receive increments who are not at the bar. And also in September of 2016, the bar will be raised by 2 points. And so persons who are at the bar will get an additional 2 increments.
Okay. So all issues of back pay resolved?
Not as yet. We're still having some challenges with getting all payments done, but that is because the dynamics of how teachers are hired. You have a vetting process, you have the public service and the commission that once it confirms persons that it sends for financial clearance, and once that clearance is done, then teachers get their monies. And so as the months go on, teachers have been calling and saying they have been receiving money, so we know it's an ongoing process, and we hope to have it done very soon.
Now, the Bahamas Union of Teachers represents teachers throughout the country. It's a national organization. Let's talk a little bit about the incentives rolled out or the plans for the BUT for those teachers that are located in the Family Islands, including Grand Bahama. Right. I include them as a family island as well.
Well, there are 4,000 teachers spread over the country. And we have benefits, packages that are given every Christmas. And this is a voucher that they can get, like a ham, a turkey. And we also have a pension package that we're working on. Right now, there's a retirement benefit that we are going to put into a pension package where teachers are able to get money as they retire on until, well, I guess until the end. But we have some other things that we're trying to improve on the medical package for teachers, and we have a number of teachers who have been being promoted over the last year, and we're very proud to have those teachers who have been promoted.
And then, but what about in terms of Hajj subsidy allowances, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we had a hardship allowance that we phased out in place of a disturbance allowance.
Okay.
And this disturbance allowance is a 5-year allowance of $300 a month. And so teachers are looking forward to that kicking in. It's usually paid in December this year, and because it started from September. And then it will continue on for the life of their time in the Family Islands until they become domicile, of course.
It's interesting stuff. Now, you hinted at the medical plan and the pension plan.
Yes.
Give us a little bit more information. Beginning with the pension plan.
Okay, we have a retirement benefit.
Okay.
The retirement benefit was in January of this year was supposed to be placed in the pension plan. We had some difficulties that we did not have the monies allotted that we were supposed to place in that plan. Mm-hmm. So what we did was we had to put off the pension, I guess the construction of the pension plan, and we're looking forward to having that within the next month or 2 being done.
Okay.
So teachers will be able to be a part of a pension package as we're going to model it after one of our sister unions. I would not like to call a name now, but it's a very impressive plan, and we're looking to have that for teachers.
And this is contributory?
It is. Well, we contribute through the dues. We put a portion of the dues towards the pension for each teacher, and they're going to have the option of contributing additionally to the plan.
With the medical plan, you've sort of joined forces with a local provider?
We have, but I would like to keep that nameless right now because the deal isn't signed as yet.
You're in intense negotiations. All right, I'm sure it's going to work out well. Let's talk a little bit about, as we gear down now, it's the end of term. We know that the numbers of teachers at one point had made the headlines in terms of the ministry being understaffed. Is the union satisfied with the staff complement at this point?
Well, we still have some challenges with staffing. And here is the situation that we are experiencing now with music teachers, with agriculture teachers, with a lot of our technical teachers in our schools moving towards technical education. We have a system that we need to make more attractive for teachers so that we keep technical teachers. We also have a short and PE teachers, and in those cases, we use teachers that would move from school to school sometimes, and they receive some allowances for doing that.
Now, let's get a little bit of a Hurricane Joaquin update. Obviously, that would have displaced the lives of teachers in the Family Islands, particularly Crooked Island. Where are we in terms of rebuilding and getting those schools up and running?
Well, the schools have been repaired.
Excellent.
The schools aren't fully staffed or, well, I should say the island isn't fully populated when it comes to, because we know a lot of children left Crooked Island. It was a call for them to leave Crooked Island, and then South Long Island was a concern with some of the schools there. But as it stands now, we have schools that are up and running. We're happy to have teachers back at school. They're very excited to go back, and they have been a part of the relief efforts. We also issued, for those teachers who were affected, we issued some checks to them on behalf of the Bahamas Union of Teachers. And so this Christmas, it just added a little more flavor and incentive for them to press forward and continue to be strong.
Hey, nothing motivates you quite like being rewarded. Let's talk then a little bit about some of the extracurricular activities that teachers are involved with. Every single teacher does something extra. I mean, I know that. I hope most of our viewers are aware of that. But one of the big things is sports. And of course, the sports meets the track season on the horizon. Let's touch a little bit on that.
Okay, we're happy to have the GSSA reestablished. We had some difficulties in the past when, I think a year ago, we had a number of coaches that stood in solidarity with the union. And sports was at a halt for a moment when it came to secondary school, after school activities. And the GSSA at that time did not have an election when election came. And so the Ministry of Education sports section would have taken over the governing of sports. We wanted, because our teachers are so involved and have been so involved, and an elected body is the proper body to have run any proper sporting organization. So we had reestablished, we negotiated with the Ministry of Education to have elections held a few days ago. We have a new slate of officers for the GSSA who govern high school sports in the country.
All right, well, I'll give you the last word. Any announcements you want to make in relation to your members or updates to our viewing audience?
I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to our members. I want to wish them all of the best. I know it was a tough year. It was a very long year. We have a number of things that happened. We're saddened. I want to wish condolences to the family that lost a student, and the teachers that lost a student, and the students who lost a colleague or a classmate. We wish our heartfelt condolences. It's terrible to go through such a thing during Christmas, but we do wish teachers a Merry Christmas, and we know that through it all that God is in charge.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Brother Lightburn, for being on Bahamas at Sunrise, and we look forward to those timely updates next year.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, it's going to be a wonderful year, 2016, for the Bahamas Union of Teachers, because you've been on Bahamas at Sunrise.
I appreciate that. Looking forward to it.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back after this.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Need a business license? Simply apply and pay online with the user-friendly online tax administration system, OTAS. VAT registrations, payments, information, forms, confirmation of applications or payments, all online. Even the business license will be emailed directly to successful applicants. So why waste time? With OTAS, our doors are always open. Access OTAS, the online tax administration system, at vat.revenue.gov.bs or email us at taxinquiries@bahamas.gov.bs or call 242-225-7280.
At Henry F. Store Electric Company, we supply all your electrical needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find, energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Store Electric, number 135 Mackley Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The stabbing death of Doris Johnson, student, I guess, shocked the nation and drew attention, I guess, to school violence and some of the pressures that our young persons are under. In addition to just sort of studying and the academic work, there's this whole bit about survival, bullying, campus violence. And so we welcome Owen Ferguson, who's the head boy at St. Anne's School, and Rochelle Morrison, who's a recent graduate and former deputy head girl of Anatole Rogers High School. To both of you, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's exciting stuff. All right, I'm going to begin with you, Rochelle. Let's talk a little bit about your experiences in terms of bullying and violence in high school, and what do you think the cause of it is?
Well, from my years in high school, I've witnessed where students would gather themselves into various pacts and basically war against each other, and the fighting has created a lot of negative effects on the school and the way that the school is viewed. Personally, I have not experienced bullying. I've never been the victim of bullying, nor have I been a bully. However, the negative effects did affect me a lot because a lot of my peers were, and as a deputy head girl trying to uphold a positive standard for the school, it has posed some challenges for me.
Now, you mentioned that they organize themselves into packs. What does that mean? What do you mean when you say pack?
Basically friendships. They come together based on their similarities, and
I see.
They argue with each other back and forth, and at any given time, this argument can turn into physical combat.
What do you think is the reason why everyone's so angry, though, and wanting to combat and argue and fight? Where's this coming from?
Personally, I think it's a lack of an identity. They group together trying to find themselves among these negative crowds and these negative influences.
Owen, what do you think? What's your point of view?
Well, at my school there is little violence, and I think I speak on behalf of all private schools when I say the violence is more online. In the case of cyberbullying, there's not much physical violence in my school in particular, and I think that's a result of the family-oriented setting. And you would see more cyberbullying than actual physical violence on campus.
So what kinds of things are evidence when you talk about cyberbullying? What are you thinking about?
I would say more of exposing other students online, that being their pictures, embarrassing pictures.
Oh, I got you. And gossip and
yes, sir.
and that kind of thing. But when you're a young man and you're in high school, this pressure brought to bear. Why do you think we're seeing some of those things? We had that very unfortunate incident. What do you think is the cause of all of this?
I think it derives from unresolved problems at home.
You really think so?
Yes, sir.
How so, though?
Well, it comes from anger, and many of the students are unable to identify that they are angry, and that is as a result, they take out their anger on other peers.
It's interesting stuff. So you have this sort of anger management. Is that something that you can learn in school? How to control your anger?
Yes, sir. I think, and that's one thing I do applaud my school. There is a family-oriented environment where it's more nurturing, and that's the reason why I think you would find less violence there in comparison to the public school, because I was exposed to the public school system in primary school, and I can see the difference.
It's interesting stuff. Do you think then that, were you taught, Rochelle, anger management in high school?
Yes, our hospitality program specified in that because personally I believe hospitality has to do with creating a loving environment for others. So during my time in the hospitality program, I have experienced firsthand what it is like to resolve issues, whether it be with our peers, our teachers, or with people we may meet and interact with on a daily basis.
It's interesting stuff. What about, you think that's something that can benefit our schools, anger management classes, Owen?
Yes, sir, I agree. And I also feel it's a combination of the guidance, the counseling that you would receive in school, the pressures at home, as well as the influences of the peers. I think all of that compiles the factors that would contribute to whether or not there is or is not violence.
It's interesting stuff. When it comes to outlets for students to express themselves and to say how they feel, do you think they get enough opportunity to do that?
I think there are ample opportunities as it relates to extracurricular activities that would deter you from violence. And I think those are one of the things most necessary when deterring from violence, because if there's no motivation, no incentives, it's easier to be violent.
But what if someone's, interfering with you? That's not easy. Someone's bothering you, they're making your life miserable. Every time you turn around, they're either online or in your face. I mean, what are you supposed to do, Rochelle?
In situations like that, I would say trying your best to avoid conflict is the right way to go. There are police officers on campus. If someone is harassing you, you can make a complaint to the police officers or the administration system the school provides. I think conflict should be the last resort, or it should not be an option at all.
Oh, and let's talk a little bit about words of encouragement. I mean, things happen. You may not intend for it to happen. Things get out of hand. In the heat of the moment, people say things that they don't really mean. And as you get older and you get more mature, you realize, and you look back and you say, wow, I really did that. But you're faced with it every day. So give us some advice.
Well, like I said, there should be some incentive. And mine personally is I have titles to live up to, and I know I have people looking up to me. And you must use things like that to remind yourself you can't let anything deter you from your path. And the simple responses, they can easily be held against you. And you wouldn't want something said in anger to be held against you when you are looking to go for higher positions or even to befriend someone in the future. So you must always keep things such as that in mind. Just keep your future in mind when you respond to others, whether that be verbally or physically.
Do you have a goal for your life?
Yes, sir.
What is that goal?
Well, ultimately, I want to be a good parent. I feel as though I wouldn't say there aren't many good parents, but I think parenting is taken lightly, and as a result, you would see violence more prevalent than I assume it would have been a few years ago.
Interesting stuff. And you, Rochelle, what is your goal for your life?
My goal in life is to be a writer. I have a mentor that I look up to that has had a great contribution in my life so far, and I would like in return to be a great contribution in someone else's life.
All right, well, Rochelle Morrison and Owen Ferguson, thank you so much for being on
Thank
Bahamas at Sunrise. It's been a pleasure having you. You're like a breath of fresh morning air. So come back and see us anytime. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. You heard it right here, folks. Mentorship, being a good parent, reaching out. We'll be back after this.
Since 1967, Focal has been a vital part of the Grand Bahama community, providing high-quality products and great customer service. Today, we continue to work hard and remain focused on fueling growth for people throughout the Bahamas.
Oh, interception!
Roger, when you go pick out the Christmas tree? Man, you was wait for the last minute to do everything.
Man, I can get to it, honey, soon.
Soon, eh? You play around and bring me one half dead tree like you did last year. You could be using knife and fork to eat your cornflakes for Christmas dinner, because I ain't cooking no ham and turkey for you.
Wife making noise, children needing toys.
Husband can't enjoy the game.
In search of a tree, who can help me?
Maybe Milo B, maybe Milo B. Big fluffy tree, small fluffy tree, all types of trees here for you and me. Now husband can enjoy the game. Now husband can enjoy the game. Look, honey, here I got the tree.
Big fluffy tree,
all the way from Milo B.
Milo Butler Christmas trees are now available at Milo Butler Warehouse on Peach Street off Montrose Avenue, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
This portion of Bahamas at Sunrise, brought to you by Sun Oil Limited, a Shell licensee.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's in the shack time, and it's actually the most exciting time of the year. I'm a retired Junkanoo man, but I really look forward to these segments. And guess what? We are premiering Roots in this particular segment. We know that they're coming out, bringing up the rear, coming out in 6th place, I believe it is, on Boxing Day. But Roots is always a force to reckon with. They are innovative. And so stay tuned for this piece. I think it was done by Travis Edgecombe or Anastasia Palacios, or a dual combination. But any event, stay tuned. Watch this piece, Roots. It's going to be fascinating.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Listen, if you were anything like me, you were counting down the days until it's time to go to bed. And I'm standing with two men who have not slept in days and will not sleep until after the new year. I'm talking about the new leader of the Roots, Mr. Wendell Guts Francis and Mr. Ellsworth Darling, who are two Junkanoo men who have let me into the secret shack belonging to the Roots. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning.
So tell us now, you have been doing this for some time. This is your first time coming in as leader of the Roots. You've been here for 9 months. Are you all ready to win?
Well, just a little correction. This is my second year as the chairman. We don't have a leader, chairman leader per se. And you know, we getting ready for our two major parades. I think there's going to be two exciting parades, and I think our fan base has grown, so they are excited to see us come out Boxing Day New Year's morning.
All right. Now, darling, how long have you been with the Roots now?
This is my 3rd year, but I was with the Wally Boys and the Prodigal Sons.
Okay.
And my good friend Jim Brown asked me to come over, and he was able to bring me over.
Okay, so he was able to bring you in now. So the Roots has got the years of experience that Guts would have put in, and now they get some of your expertise as well. So we're looking for a beautiful parade come Boxing Day. Yeah. What is the theme that the Roots is bringing to be?
Well, we got two themes, and the first one on Boxing Day morning, you can expect a excitement in our theme, which is love. On Boxing Day, we're going to tip it over with a little Indian, which is the great Indians of the Great Plain.
Okay.
And you're going to learn about how they survive, how they farm, how they preserve life, how they live, how they keep themselves, and you know, growing into be what we doing, we train them, so that's mean they were significant in the past and still significant today.
Okay.
And you know, so we're going to continue to shed light, give some history lesson on the Indians of the Great Plain.
All right, so we got Indians of the Great Plain coming. That's New Year's Day. Boxing Day, we're going to learn all about love, and I love to talk about love. So that's a good one for me right there, darling. And I'm dressed for the occasion. All right, so now I want to find out, because a lot of people don't understand the history of Junkanoo, right? But I know that this thing goes back to communities and families. How did you get to be involved with the Roots Junkanoo group, and which area is Roots traditionally tied to in Nassau?
Well, just to go back a little bit, I'm a founding member of the organization.
Okay.
Like Mr. Elvira Darling, one time I was a part of the Wally Boys for a few years, a few short years, probably 7, 8 years. Before that, I did Junior Junkanoo. I was a part of a group called the Happy Youth. Okay. And then after we decided that we go in senior, that group dissolved and all went on our way. Because I've been doing Junkanoo for the past 40 years of my life, for a long time as a little boy. But Roots initially started from most of our personnel initially came from the Angleston area. Okay. Being Roots as it is, you know, we spread all out. So we are Roots. So you find that our members are all through the Bahamas, even some of the family islands. We have members that comes over to be a part of the parade. So we are not really like some of the other groups who are concentrated to a particular area or constituency or town, not us. We all over the place. All over the place. That's why they call us Roots.
Okay. So now, y'all give me the first Junkanoo City, right? And I've been jamming to that Roots Junkanoo City from that time. I want to find out now, you said that you are getting some more fans. But a lot of times, we see Roots come with the most beautiful themes. And we wonder, well, why didn't Roots win this year? How do you keep going every year, even though there are some years when you do not win a title? What keeps you going?
Well, we had some problem last year. We had a problem with the bleachers and we had problems with the costume. But we made our corrections this year, and that would not happen this year. I can assure you of that. So we are looking to take 2. I mean that's plain. That's plain and simple. Yes,
they come for 2. I hope you all listening. I hope you all listening out there. And what would you say to that? How do you keep going, keep encouraged, keep pressing on with the Roots?
Because our Roots is not a jungle group. It is an organization. Okay. And I hope one of these days we'll be a little more than an organization. But our members of this organization are so loyal. We have a lot of loyal members, and many times we go to Bay Street and we know that we did pretty well, or probably sometime in some cases win the parade, and because of the system, and we're not going to get into all of that. Hopefully that we can get some change in it, but we know that when we did our work, when we do our homework, and we did the work in the shack, and Roots are known for costuming. We are known for bringing beautiful costume, complete costume. Like Mr. Darlin said, last year we run into some difficulties in terms of the size of our costume, not anticipating that the bleachers would have probably been a little close into the street. So we have made that adjustment. We have made that adjustment, and I will guarantee you and assure you that would happen last year to our organization will not happen this year. We might run into some other problems. It will not be the same problem. I'm the type of person don't like the same problem over and over. So I'm a problem solver, so to speak. So they tell me. So don't expect us to beat us or win based on our what happened last year. Beat us on the road, beat us at your best, because they're not going to beat us like that. I'll assure you that. I promise you, you'll not beat us like that.
All right.
I thank our fans and, of course, our sponsor, most important, Atlantis, who is our major sponsor, who have been with us for the past 15 plus odd years. They've never let us down, despite that, many times we thought that we could have bring home the bacon for them. But, they keep steadfast with us, and we're going to keep on doing what we have to do. So we thank those persons who support us in a small way. And, of course, by all means, we thank our members. Without this can't happen. Our 500 odd members.
All right.
And we also say thank the Sunrise and yourself.
Thank you. So I am standing here with Jim Brown, the legend. I could not leave the Roots Junkanoo Shack without meeting him. You see what he's doing. Mr. Brown, let the people know exactly what is happening now. Now I know, because my daddy was a Viking and he taught me how to do this. But let them know what you're doing right now.
Well, right now I'm basically just trying to pace up a few things to place on some detail at different parts of the costume that I'm doing, that I'm working on for the New Year's parade. That's what I'm doing right now, basically.
All right, and so you're using this good old crepe paper now. See, people like to talk about tricks, but I am in the Root Shack and I see crepe paper going on.
Cut crepe paper, of course. It's cut and it's fine French and it's just detail, strip for strip, and that's what we do.
So how important is detailing to the overall effect that we see on Bay Street?
I think detailing is important because when the costume gets to Bay Street, it has such an illusion on it, and people and the fans and the people in the bleachers see it. That's all they see. They see this just spectacular illusion. It's beautiful.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
There's no place like Exuma.
With our striking, beautiful waters
and loyalist tombs
and even warmer hearts.
And there are no people like the people of Exuma.
We are the people.
We are the people.
We are the people of people to people. Exuma.
Volunteer as a people-to-people ambassador today.
Are you behind on your real property tax? The Department of Inland Revenue is offering shelter. From now until December 2015, the DIR is extending a waiver of the property tax surcharge to registered owners of residential properties in one of two ways. One, set up a standing order or salary deduction arrangement to pay your property tax arrears and the current tax. Or two, pay your outstanding tax bill in full. To learn more, call the Department of Inland Revenue at 242-225-7280 or email us at taxinquiries@bahamas.gov.bs.
And now, your hosts, Ramald Ferreira and Anastasia Palacios.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point. It has been a very exciting show thus far. I just really enjoyed that Roots Junkanoo piece. Seeing them in the shack brought back old memories of the awesome foursome back in the day, but it's good stuff. And we're going to keep you up to date as Junkanoo season progresses so you can find out and get the insight as to what's going on in the shack. It was also nice speaking with Mr. Zane Lightbourne from the Bahamas Union of Teachers, getting an update as to all the ongoings of the union, and they just signed that collective bargaining agreement. The union seems very satisfied with it, and so we'll wait to see how everything plays out over the next couple of years. And then finally speaking with the young people. That was really exciting, and as you can see, they have goals for themselves, and it's so very important, particularly not just young people, but everyone, to have a goal and to see yourself where you want to be in life and advance towards that vision that you have for your own life, not to be deterred. And this is a part of why we work so hard here at Bahamas at Sunrise, to show you what's out there, to open your mind to the possibilities. So coming up in the second half of the show, we'll speak with the Attorney General, and we're talking more about the online business formation program. And of course, we have the students from the Gerald Cash Primary School. They're going to give you a rake and scrape Christmas. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to wake up everybody in the house and tell them we're going to heel and toe at the end of Bahamas at Sunrise. And before we get to any of that, we're going to give you your second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Romy, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, satellite picture shows that we have some cloudiness over the southeast Bahamas moving towards the west, and most such move by later this evening. But for the most part, high pressure northeast, stringing off some pretty good weather over the northwestern parts of the central Bahamas. In your marine forecast, those winds today, southeast to south at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, southeasterly at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Those winds will continue variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:28 this morning. Your next low tide will be 3:58 this afternoon. High again tonight at 9:52. Sunset will be 5:22 this evening, rises tomorrow 6:47. UV index 8, your water temperature 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon phase, new moon. On your extended look, partly sunny skies remain the week, but we have a cold front that moving here sometime late Saturday night into Sunday morning, and that will cause some increasing cloudies and showers, particularly over the northwest Bahamas, come late Saturday night into Sunday. That puts a wrap on your final look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Bahamas at Sunrise will be back after this commercial break.
Renewing pride in our people, improving healthy conditions, lending social assistance to families trying to make a change.
The government is implementing CCT, the Conditional Cash Transfer Program, which is proving successful in our region. CCT is a new exciting form of social assistance to help Bahamians break free of the poverty cycle with dignity. CCT provides a cash benefit and many more with an emphasis on improving the health and education of our families. CCT has the advantage of transparency, improved targeting, automation, better monitoring, better processing, improved service, improving client dignity. Call the Social Safety Net hotline at 397-8628. The Department of Social Services. Together we rise.
Inspiring you, sustaining you, empowering you to rise.
Financial dreams only become a reality when we make the commitment to ourselves and our financial future. Let Leno help you bridge your dream into a reality. Leno Corporate Services offer individual retirement plans, pension administration, investment management, brokerage and trading, accounting, payroll, and corporate services.
Leno, bridging possibilities. Contact us at 396-3225.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The Attorney General has stated on more than one occasion that she's committed to making business easier to conduct in the Bahamas, and particularly when it comes to company and corporations, corporate affairs. And so we welcome Madam Attorney General, the Honorable Alison Maynard Gibson, and she's joined by Yolanda Coakley of Trident Trust. So ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
To Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you very much.
Now, your office has launched a number of initiatives, from Swift Justice to this whole e-commerce and just upgrading facilities. We're going to concentrate a little bit on the upgrade at the companies department, because you and I had a chance to chat about the other aspects of what was rolled out. So let's talk a little bit about where we are right now in the whole upgrade of the business section and the company formation.
Well, what we plan to do on January 5th, the Registrar General's Department, that is, of next year, is to have a major transformation in the way that we do business in the Bahamas. There will be unveiled the opportunity or the ability to incorporate companies entirely online, from name reservation all the way through to certificate of incorporation. This means that when you incorporate your company and subsequently file your annual return and pay your annual fees, you'll be able to do real-time business in terms of getting your certificates of good standing, etc.
Wow.
So for the way forward from day one through, any company that is incorporated online and all of the filings done online, you will instantaneously be able to get your certificates of good standing. Because it is entirely online, all E, although it can be done immediately, we are promising delivery within 48 hours. We are also noting that the Bahamas is the only country in the world, the only jurisdiction in the world where it can be done entirely online.
Now, when you say you're promising delivery within 48 hours, what does that mean?
People right now complain that there's no certainty about when they're going to actually get their company certificate of incorporation back or their documents back. And we want to assure, and by the way, the wonderful thing is that it's for IBC's international business companies as well as companies or Bahamian companies under the Companies Act. So it's a new feature, it's an exciting feature, and we're really looking forward to it. And I want to thank Yolanda and others in the private sector who have put so much effort, free of charge, into helping us. It's very important. No, it's really important for us to understand that we have come together. Sure. Public-private sector partnership to build our country and to transform the way we do business. And I want to tell you, they have been, Yolanda, Alia, Debbie, Donna, others have been so resolute about making sure this happen, and of course the wonderful team at the Registrar General's Department.
I think it's actually exciting stuff, but of course, just because you're in the private sector doesn't mean you love your country any less.
No.
So this is exciting stuff. How do you foreshadow this is going to impact business?
I mean, this is going to be great. We've been looking forward to something like this for some time.
Okay.
It's been a challenge getting to this point, but now that we are just on the cusp of this greatness on January 5th, I mean, we're really looking forward to it. It's going to change the way we do business and change the way that we're able to promise services to our clients, and just increase the amount of business for the jurisdiction, which is always a good thing as well. So it's good for the public sector as well as the private sector, obviously.
But now, in terms of the ability to earn more revenue and operate more efficiently as an organization, how do you think this is going to impact that?
Greatly. The ability to let a client know, I can get you the good standing within that day or two of your closing without having to worry about whether or not it's going to happen. The ability to be able to incorporate the company and let them know there is a sure deadline with which you'll receive your documents. You can open your accounts wherever in the world. You can conduct your business. I mean, the ability to say in a global economy that yes, we are part of that economy and we can contribute greatly is fabulous, and we're looking forward to it.
You could have hard mouth, so to speak. Huh?
We can say, exactly.
So have you given the website a trial run?
I have. I've been a part, as the Attorney General said, of the testing, so we've gone in and seen, and things are much more efficient. There is sort of a seamless process. You submit your documents and basically you're just waiting for the email back with the copies of your documents.
Well, Oh, that's even more interesting then. So your articles are coming back in e-form.
Yes.
Everything's e. There'll be no paper.
No paper.
Your certificate of incorporation, you print it out yourself. All that we want is a record that it has happened, because people want to know that your company's been incorporated. We are in the real world, which is the 21st century world. Can I mention one more thing? I really want for all of our young people as well to note, and others as well in the family islands, that you'll be able to do business directly with the registry from where you are, wherever you are in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Now think about our young people or other persons who want to do business, right? Who are right now selling over the internet or doing their business over the internet. This really enhances their capacity to compete in the 21st century. They'll be able to get their company online, keep all their good standings, etc., online, as they are also doing business online as well. So we're really bringing the entire Bahamas into this project, not just those who, like Yolanda, are in financial services. Everybody will be able to benefit from what this new thrust that the government has put out.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. And if you're a young man, say in Inagua, and you have a business idea, all of a sudden you have access to it.
Exactly.
How do you go about paying the fees?
Credit card.
Credit card.
Just like if you're doing it on Amazon or anywhere else, slide your credit card and that's it. Or put your number in and that's it.
Oh, it's interesting stuff. So let's talk then about the rollout dates. When is this starting to sort of roll out and everything will be all E?
On January 5th, the PM is going to incorporate the Prime Minister, the first company. We're hoping by then BTC, that we'll be able to have BTC present for business solutions, and we're hoping that we'll be able to also have the Prime Minister do the first company using a mobile phone.
Yeah. So that's exciting stuff. Have you reserved the name of that first company?
He's gonna tell us. We want to show that you just think what name you want, reserve it, and within 15 minutes you'll be able to have your company. On that day, since it's the Prime Minister, we're going to give him his company in 15 minutes. But everybody else is going to have to pay a premium if they want it the same way, because we have to obviously get revenue so that we can actually continue to upgrade and maintain and keep, your Microsoft softwares and version 10, 11, 12. We want to be able to reinvest in our product so that we can keep it on the cutting edge.
I can sense the enthusiasm coming from you, Madam Attorney General, as we talk about it. And they say enthusiasm is of God. Why was this so important to you? Why is this such an essential plank and it's engendering all of this sort of affection and enthusiasm?
Well, Romy, for me, when I look at and speak with people like you, our cameraman here, Yolanda, I see the future, our country's future. And so I believe it's really important to unleash the tremendous potential of all of Bahamians, especially young Bahamians. And it's our responsibility to make sure that Bahamians can compete in the 21st century using 21st century methods. So I think it's, for me, if I could say, well, wow, we've done that, I'll be really, really happy.
In terms of your organization, Trident, and your colleagues, are they ready to go? What's the general mood of that sector right now with this rollout?
I mean, in private sector in general and people in general, change is a bit, nerve-wracking for some persons, but we know that it's necessary and we know that it's coming. So whether you're ready or not, January 5th, we're all on board and we're looking forward to proceeding greatly.
I need to get my credit card updated. Madam Attorney General, thank you so much for being on Bahamas at Sunrise. Ms. Coakley, thank you so much. Please,
thank you.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And of course, only good things happen to you.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Be safe and God bless us all.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back after this.
They're coming! Sun Oil, in association with Shell, are committed to the development of Junkanoo and Bahamian culture. Sun Oil Limited is the Shell licensee for the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, and we are proud to be Bahamian.
Sun Oil and the Shell Saxon Superstars are inextricably linked.
For more than 30 years, we've supported the development of Bahamian Junkanoo. Artistic, creative costumes depicting various themes, performance, artistry, rhythmic, pulsating sounds. The energy, the passion, the discipline, the commitment to excellence, the character traits we share with the community of Junkanoos. Together, we're committed to developing a quality experience to the Bahamian public. Years of productive, committed partnership. That makes Shell and Junkanoo the winning combination. Sun Oil Limited, fueling growth for people.
Go the distance with Shell. Quality fuels. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Now, for the past few shows, we have had R.M. Bailey and C.V. Bethel. So now we are here with one of the best primary schools in the Bahamas, Sir Gerald Cash. Here with me are music teachers, Mrs. Roll and Mr. Leeden. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, how did you guys work with these group of kids and behind me with these drums? And I know Junkanu is coming soon. And so I know the feeling is here and it's Christmas time and these guys are ready to play. How do you guys deal with them on a daily basis?
Well, every day we have practices leading up to our busy season, which actually starts from September. Even though we're not a part of Junior Junkanu, we are in high demand for rake and scrape, being the indigenous music of the Bahamas. So Mr. Nathaniel Adams started the group back in 2009, and from there we've kept it going, even though he has now moved on.
All right. So Mr. Leeden.
Yes.
So on a daily basis, how many times do you guys have to work with them to make sure that the music is right and make sure they stay on key and stay on tune on a regular basis?
Well, mainly we normally have practices about every day.
Okay.
Yeah, every day during lunchtime, and if necessary during break times, after school, whatever is necessary for that particular performance.
And also for the past few months, we've been having the Saturday camp, which brings all of the kids, even those who don't attend Gerald Cash Primary, to actually learn the art of rake and scrape. So we've been very busy with music.
Right, so that's awesome. So tell us about the song we're going to hear from this group of kids today.
Wow, you're in for a treat. Today we're going to play a medley of songs called Do You Hear What I Hear and Parumpa Pum Pum Little Drummer Boy. I hope you enjoy.
All right, there you have it. Right here, Sir Gerald Cash Primary School, Rake and Scrape Band.
When you think of Andros, think of nature at its best.
When you think of Andros, think of colorful places.
When you think of Andros, think of beautiful people taking care of each other and our guests.
Think Andros.
Think bone fishing. Think Andros. Think diving. Think Andros. Think people to people.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, old things. Things that are small. Things that are grand. Things that fit just right. And in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
All right, that's going to do it for us, folks. Have a fantastic week. It's been such a pleasure doing this show. I feel like my old self. So I want you to have a safe week, and we'll see you on Friday when we'll do it all over again just for you.